Today's conversation is with Jeff D. Jeff is a paramedic in Maryland. He also facilitates a peer support meeting on burnoutpodcast.org. Welcome to the Burnout Podcast. I am your host, Skip O. This episode is brought to you by mypodcast.media. Let me tell you a little bit more about our sponsor today, mypodcast.media. I tell you what, the business has really helped our organization thrive. Through these podcasts, they have taught me, how to interview people, the different ways to come back and ask questions through the answers of the interviewer. When we get interviews come on, sometimes they come on their cell phones, sometimes they come on computers. The sound's not really well, and they are very good of coaching the interviewer to adjust their cell phone, their computer. And if that don't work, they're able to adjust it themselves when they go through the editing. Very professional people there at mypodcast.media. I'd recommend them to anybody that wants to grow their branding or any organization that wants to start their own podcast. They're a necessity, I believe, in my eyes. Today's conversation with me and Jeff, talking about little table talk around the kitchen table about an FDIC that's coming up in April. And also, we're doing something crazy. In August, we're doing a walk in England. The biggest thing we're talking about is what Jeff's doing on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern on the burnoutpodcast.org website. We're doing a support Zoom meeting for the first responders out there. Why should you go to FDIC?
It's actually an international thing. People from all over the world, obviously being international, fire department personnel, EMS personnel come there to get their learn on. And last year there was over 50,000 firefighters that attended this event. And it's absolutely huge, and you can find it
FDIC.com.
Yeah, there you go. And you'll find out exactly what we're talking about. You can look us up on there too, from last year and previous years, and I believe this year's map's up there as well.
When you go up to there, you just go a floor plan and you can find us.
Love people stopping by, talking to us. We don't talk just about anything. We talk about anything. And I believe we're going to do something different this year too, that we've done in the past, that we haven't done in the past years.
What's that, Jeff?
I think we're doing a YouTube live thing, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think we just got okay to do that. So at the dinner, though, we'll do that at the dinner on April 17th. Invitation only. You can go to burnoutpodcast.org and you can ask to be invited. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a little meet and greet. Jason Saltel will be there. We got our own Jeff. We'll be DJing, playing some background music and whatever else comes up. And then we'll have Matt Cookman sing a couple live songs. Matt is a musician that travels around the United States and sings at prisons. And also we might have a couple of 5-minute stories of some people that will there. But we'll have like thin lines, service canines will have a table. AFSP will have a table. Burnout Podcast will have a table. And then I think there's one I'm missing. I can't remember though.
Firefighters for Christ?
No, they're going to be there. They're invited to come to dinner, but I can't remember. Anyway, if you come there, it's at the Firefighters Union Hall, and it's April 17th, right there at Mass Ave in Indianapolis, and it's at 6 p.m. And if you're hearing this is your invitation. So we'll probably get 2 to show up, Jeff. Probably.
I'm not going to comment on that too, though.
Yeah,
but that's all right because I get to play music, so I'm always happy with that. I've been doing that 38 years. Not me really, but being a disc jockey. Yeah, we always have a good time. It's always good interactions. It's good to see people and people that come by and say hi. That way we know you're actually listening to us, and we can offer any kind of help. If you got a buddy with you that's looking to reach out, no problem. And even if it's not FDIC, you go to the burnoutpodcast.org page and find information for your buddy or for yourself anytime during the week, whatever. We're here 24/7. This year, 366 days. Next year, be 365 days for you. So don't be afraid.
Hey, before I forget, Jeff, I got to get a shout out to somebody. And that's all the way out in California. And that's Throttle and Thrive. That's Siobhan. She came on board as our huge sponsor to support the Burnout Podcast. And she has a treatment center there in California, and it's a 6-bed facility for men only right now. Hopefully she can do one for women only. And she is doing very well out there. She's very good at what she does, along with her team.
I talked to 2 individuals this past weekend on a live Zoom with them. And I've been hearing nothing but good things about this Throttle and Thrive too. They got a good system that's working. And those who are in the PT, which all of us should be in the PT, there's 2 times a day that you have PT. And they actually have a pool for us old guys that can't do PT because our wing or our legs are not working right.
Understand, man. I can relate with that. I tell you, Siobhan, she came out to FDIC for the first time. The treatment center was getting put together, and she came out there with a concept telling what's going to happen. And it's amazing to see her come through, open up, and help first responders. And then as far as it's real easy to work with her. You give her a call, tell her you got somebody that needs help. They check the insurance out, and they work that out, and then put them on the plane. She herself picks them up at the airport and gets them to the Throttle and Thrive where they stay. It's like you. I talked to the 2 guys, one's a Florida firefighter, and the other's a former firefighter here in Indiana. Then he moved to Florida. And they're both doing well. They're both doing good. They're happy. And I know both of them. These are they can be negative guys, but they're positive, happy. It's like it was like a birthday.
They say a fireman can be negative.
Isn't that surprising? Usually it's those police officers that are the negative guys. The ones we always have to pump up. Say it's okay. Everybody can't be a fireman. It'll be okay.
You're gonna get me started on police again. I'm gonna get pulled over. I don't want to get pulled over, man. I mean, their cars are attracted to hydrants. It's a fact. We know that. It's a magnetic attraction. So.
I know
I'm gonna catch up with that, but
I'm gonna make sure you do, because I know I got a friend, I got a guy.
Yeah,
I know.
The moment I hit the Indiana state line, it'd be like getting pulled over several times between there and Indianapolis.
Oh, we'll have you cuffed on the hood, and who's laughing now?
Yeah. How's that magnetic attraction working? Yeah,
that's right. But, about FDIC, it's not just firefighters. We got military. All kinds of first responders come to this thing. Over 62 different countries, over 30,000 people. It's Lucas Oil Stadium. It's outside Lucas Oil. It's down the road, and it's the convention center too. It's full of just exhibits. They do a lot of educational stuff. A few days beforehand, they have classes. But jump on there and check that out. If you've never been there, I live right in the state they have it. I'd never been there until a few years ago. And I tell you, I was amazed. It was all the people that get there and you just have a good time, and the energy around there is just amazing.
Yeah, I can't remember how many years I went there consecutively. And then during COVID, of course, didn't have it. And the classes they have offered Monday through Tuesday are your hands-on training, hot classes with your hands-on training, like man versus machine. And there's other classes too, reading the art of reading smoke, so on and so forth are there too. So if you want training, there's no reason why you can't go there and get a whole multitude of training in those 5 days.
Yeah, it's a good place. We have a good time. One of the reasons for the burnout, and for when I was the president of the Worldwide Peer Support, then I was on the board for American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. We set up in 2018 for the first time, AFSP did, and I happened to be there. Working that booth, and it was like a line that talked to me, and it wasn't me, it was the topic we're talking about, suicide prevention. And I'd had guys come up to me and in tears because they don't have a peer support team, or they had a friend that died by suicide, or they were struggling themselves, Jeff. The need was there, and we saw it, and that's why we created the Worldwide Peer Support, and that's going real well. And since I stepped down and needed another mission, doing this for burnout and coming there under burnout and with the American Foundation, it's just amazing the need that's out there. Even though all these organizations exist, some don't know about them. So we go to these big these big places to talk about, this is what we do. So they'll know about it and go back to each state or country and let everybody know what we're doing here in America and what we should probably do. We can learn from everybody. We don't have all the answers. That's why I remember an Italian firefighter came up to me, and he spoke broken English back in 2018. He goes, "Are you American firefighters still trying to be like John Wayne. and
So,
I looked at him. I knew what he meant, trying to be tough. I said, "No, that ship's getting turned, but it takes a while to turn that big ship around."
it does. And that's probably the same analogy I'm going to go with the stigma with mental health too. It's taken a long time to turn that ship around. I know I just threw a curveball at you. That's how I roll. But
hey, that was a nice pivot. Nice pivot. Yeah, that was good. You're a professional.
But it just bothers me because people are still afraid to talk about this, that there's issues going on in their mind, and it calls and bothering them because they don't want to be chastised by their team members and so on and so forth. And I picked that word team for a reason, because we all work together as a team, and we should be together through the job at off hours and stuff too, to help our brothers and sisters out, regardless of the problem. And it doesn't mean that they're a weaker person or there's something mentally incapacitated about them. It's just issues that we deal with as human beings that we're not used to seeing. And you've been on a job, you know what I'm talking about. And for the regular Joe Blow citizen to see this stuff, that's bad enough. But we're right there, like I said before, with the sights, sounds, and smells. And it's not easy for everybody to comprehend that day after day, shift after shift, years on top of years, so on and so forth. So there's no reason to be having a stigma about this.
You know what, Jeff? I was talking to Marion Teixeira. She's the director of the Anderson Center just about an hour ago. And I talked to another therapist about this. She goes, Skip, the military, they come and see, they come and see me. They work out, the firefighters, but the police officers, law enforcement, it's hard to get them to admit because that fear. And Brian Martin, he was our guest. He was on the show last week, was saying a lot of that fear comes, they don't want to take your gun away. They don't want you to, put you at a desk because they think if you come in there and tell them you're having an issue, they're going to take your gun away. And understanding the policies you have, if somebody's suicidal, you don't want them to have a gun on their side. But still, that's a real thing, a fear. And I think that's where peer support comes in, where it's not, you don't have to report to administration. You can go to peer-to-peer, talk to them, and then that's when you can call, like, say, Siobhan, Throttle and Thrive, and then they can take care of it. And the administration don't have to know all the details, just know they're getting some help for some issues.
Right. Yeah. You still got laws to protect you with HIPAA and stuff too. So there's that.
Yeah. And that's golden. You just gotta, some administrations, they understand, they'll work with the union or work with the person. And some, they're strictly, they're going to go by what their policies are. And, some people don't like it. And policies, and some do. So it just depends what your policies are.
Yeah, and it's hard to admit you have a problem. You and I both know that.
I knew I had a problem. I just didn't want to do nothing about it.
I know when my depression hit me out of nowhere, I was lost. I had no idea what the hell was going on. But I can't imagine what would have happened if I didn't seek help. Well, I can't imagine what would happen if I didn't seek help. I wouldn't be on this podcast. I'd be a distant memory and either be ashes or, 6 feet under. So what I'm trying to say here is, sometimes you have to take that initiative to protect yourself in the long run and not short term. And if you don't do that, you will become your worst enemy. And that never ends well. So you have to put your priorities in order.
Yeah, you're right there. It's just not one, you go to treatment, and that's basically a 30 to however many days it is. And then you get out of that bubble. Then you got to do aftercare. And what are you going to do for the rest of your life? And what we found out here in Indiana, we do first responders meetings. And it's not it's like a 12-step meeting, but you don't have to have an addiction to go. It's a support meeting of different peers there, whether it's military, law enforcement, first responders, firefighter, EMS, or nurses, dispatchers, doctors, whatever. So that's what we tried to create it here, and it's working. And that's what we want to do a template, and we want to present that at FDIC and try to get people around the United States to do the similar thing. You don't have to recreate the wheel. It's basically put some chairs in a circle and then start talking.
You don't have to have a substance abuse problem, a drinking problem. Just having the demons, I don't want to say the F word, but just having the demons come out to you and haunt you at night, throughout the day, whenever, or you get triggered by this stuff, you need to take heed to that.
I said, you don't want to say Frank?
I don't want to say that other F word, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
It rhymes with a producer, but I'm not going to say his name either.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fun. That's fun.
But yeah,
He's probably asleep right now. You're not producing.
He'll be cutting everything out that he wants us not to say.
He's a control freak, isn't he? With all the good stuff he cuts out.
He does, yeah. Because if I said the word, well, you wouldn't hear that word. You hear a beep.
Oh, I think he's going to leave it in now.
He may just do
that. Roll the dice. We'll have a little bet between us, see if he leaves it in.
Got the disclaimer in the front there. Listener discretion is advised and highly advised because.
Yeah, we haven't even pushed that button yet. All the podcasts we've done, I go, well, this ain't nothing. It's rated B.
Yeah, and
a G.
I have a wandering mind with no filters, so I sometimes can't be held responsible, and that's why the disclaimer's up front. So it's highly advised.
I talked to somebody yesterday. Her name's Jamie, and Boston, Massachusetts. They invited us to come and have a table out there, and what they do is they got like 100 teams and they play hockey. They raise money for nonprofits, and they got 2,500 players. They're all first responders.
Good gracious.
Each team can have one, not first responder, just one though. But they're all, and then you got about 15,000 spectators, and it goes from like June 8th, 9th, and 10th. And it's in Boston, Massachusetts. I can't even remember the name. I'll if you look below, you'll see the link to it. We'll have the link to it on the podcast, and if you check it out. But that's going to happen, Jeff. I just found out last night. Just want to let you know that.
I like that. Boston. Boston. I got nothing but love for the guys and gals up in Boston. Absolutely.
I'm ready to have a lobster.
Nothing like a Maine lobster, man. Nothing like it. But their weather, they keep that weather. It's too damn cold, too snowy up there for Jeff. It is.
Isn't that where the Cheers, that old sitcom Cheers?
Yeah.
Is that where they there?
Yep, right there, Cheers bar.
All
yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's one bar I haven't been to.
I'll take Diane in there, my wife, and let her have a drink. I'll just drink water.
Well, you're supposed to walk in and everybody knows your name.
Okay.
So if you walk in and they don't know your name, you may not be at the right bar, or there's the wrong song.
Okay. We'll go check it out.
And that does it for the first half of today's show. Let's take just a moment for our mental health tip for the day, and then we'll get back to Skip's interview.
Hey guys, my name is Melissa, and today's mental health tip focuses on vacation. How many of you have let your vacation expire in a year or in 2 years? Or you got to the end of your career and you never used any of it, or may have just used, let's just say, 1 day a year. Whatever vacation that you're given, really focus on implementing that with your family or friends, or maybe even it's with your coworkers outside of work. Take time for you, because it's really going to help combat your stress, your PTSD, and other signs of burnout that will come with the job over time. These are ways that you can mentally stay healthy. So if you have vacation time, whether it's some P1s, some P2s, you have a Liberty Day with your department, you're allowed, let's say, 36 hours of vacation time, find a way to get some swaps, book some things, and don't cancel them. Go on them. They will be so crucial as your career continues. So if there's any vacation time, or you've been thinking about one, but like, I really need to work. Look, go on it. I promise it will be worth it. All right, Skip, back to you.
There's a lot out here, and I don't want to single any one individual out, but I'm just going to say, just in general, that if you're listening to us and you're looking for answers, you came to the right place. And if you want to follow up with more questions, you can reach out to Skip or I through the burnoutpodcast.org website. Our phone numbers are up to that. Get a hold of us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Either 366 days a year for this year, or 365 for the next 4 years. But you can reach out to us anytime you want. We'll get back to you, and we'll talk on the phone. Or you could come up on Zoom on Sundays at 1800 Eastern Time and join me live. We could talk about anything you want. And you
what's
get
going
that
on?
link.
What's that? What's that about?
We just kind of toss the stuff around the table. It could be topic oriented when we start or stop. It probably won't be when we stop. But we're just going to air out whatever you want to air out, we will air out. And if you don't want to talk later on about it, we could go into a breakout. I mean, you don't want to talk about it in front of other people. We can go to a breakout session later, or we'll get on the phone and talk one-on-one. But it's just get out there and just listen if you want, or talk about what you got going on. And like I said, we'll hash it out.
They can just go on burnoutpodcast.org. If you're listening to this, go to the website, burnoutpodcast.org, scroll down, press the button at 6 p.m. Eastern this Sunday or any other Sunday, and talk to Jeff. And there'll be some other first responders on there too. And if you come on there this Sunday, if you come on there and you're the first one that comes on, Jeff, they get a prize.
You get a prize?
I'm not going to tell what it is, but they get a prize.
Okay. Well, if
first one, not me and you, but somebody else.
Damn it, because I said normally the first one's me.
Yeah, and we're not going to tell nobody. I mean, this will air afterwards or before, but we're not going to tell nobody. But somebody gets a prize, and I got the prize right here.
You're not going to show me?
No, I'm not. It's a surprise to you too.
Oh, okay. I like surprises. By the way, the Puppy Bowl Sunday.
The Puppy Bowl, is that
the Puppy Bowl?
Is that Jimmy Fallon?
I don't know. I don't know who's hosting this year. I'm just trying to figure out who the underdog is.
Oh God! Oh, I know that's getting cut out.
I've been working on that one for a year now.
You set me up right.
You like that?
Yeah.
We got Super Bowl Sunday on there too. So there's no reason why you can't come up at 1800 anyway, because Super Bowl doesn't kick off till 1829. So you can spend 28 minutes with us.
Now, if this Super Bowl's already been, I hope it was a good one.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop on that one because everybody's bashing Taylor Swift and stuff like that. I get it. And I have a conspiracy theory too, which I'll reserve.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, now you brought it out.
I did.
There's a lot of money the NFL's gotten the past several months over this, and the ratings have shot up, and you've got a brand new generation now watching football.
Yeah, that's good.
So it is.
I think that's good.
It is good.
Give them something to do.
Yeah, and she's a very talented artist. Very talented artist. She's got a lot of talent outside of her singing too, where she does some pretty good stuff. So I'm not advocating for her. I'm just saying if you get interested and get bored, really bored, look her up.
Yeah, check
it out. It's pretty cool.
I tell you, in all seriousness, what Jeff was talking earlier, if you're out there, you're listening to us and hopefully hadn't fell asleep. If you're not, your life's not going the way you think it should, or if you're sitting in your squad car, it's midnight and you're by yourself, and go on burnoutpodcast.org, give us a call. Also, if Worldwide Peer Support, if you go on worldwidepeersupport.org, they have 3 support Zoom meetings at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays too. If you have an addiction problem, alcohol or drugs, you're afraid to tell somebody, or you don't know how to do it, man, get a hold of me or Jeff. Also, if you're thinking about killing yourself, dial 988. They don't trace your call. Just give them a call, or you can text 741-741. If you don't want to call or talk to anybody, usually I know that a lot of high school kids, they like to do that. They don't trace your call or anything, but you can text somebody and just let them know that you need some help or just need to talk to somebody. Again, that's 988 is what you dial, and to talk, 741-741 is what you can text. But whether you're in the fire station or you're on break, or you're sitting in a squad car, or you're overseas, or you're been in the military, so some time came over and you can't get rid of some things, or even before you get on the service, you got some issues when you was a child, stuff happened, and you carried it to the job. That's why you work at the job you do, and you need some help. Just get a hold of us. If there's nobody in your community, we'll connect you with somebody. We have a treatment center like Throttle and Thrive. If you need inpatient, there's different counselors we can work out that does telehealth. And then we got a woman, Helen Madison, over in England that does brain spotting. That's kind of desensitize you from that trauma too. She'll do that over that Zoom if you need that, and it works pretty good. But we're not promoting anybody. We want to promote everybody that helps first responders. But we joke around here. We talk about stuff, but at the end of the day, we're here for you.
That's it. That's exactly right. And don't think for 1 minute you're alone. You're absolutely not. Skip and I both have battled in all sorts of demons, suicide ideations, granted failed attempts. I'm grateful for that. So to say we've been in the shit is saying it in a professional manner that we know where you're at, and we know what it feels like, and we know that there's answers for you that you just don't have yet, and we can help you find those answers. But it's up to you, and it has to be up to you to make the right choice and to reach out and get that help. Because if you take that bad turn to suicide, that's a final step. There is no coming back, and you leave a lot of mess behind. So think about it and reach out. Make that smart move. It's the smartest thing you can do for yourself and your friends and family.
I think everybody needs a purpose. Sometimes we lose our purpose. And, if you want a purpose, August 24th, I'm going on a 190-mile hike in England, and it's for mental health. And we're going to be walking with some first responders over there. Pete Lou in Newfoundlands, Helen Madison coaching, and our Blue Light volunteers. We start in St. Bees on August 24th, and on September 6th, we'll be at Robin Hood's Bay, and we do a celebration. So if you want to come over and walk, jump on our website, look at Walk Out of Darkness, check out the information on there. I can listen 190 miles if you need to talk that much. I'll just keep my mouth shut, believe it or not.
190 miles. That's like, I'm not even going to talk about my knee, so that's a beat. We beat that subject up enough. Stop.
Well, hey, I can talk about my foot I had surgery on now. It's my turn.
Yeah. He got his foot operated on, and I have heard about that every single day of every week. And it's been...
It's only been 2 weeks. You had 2 knee surgeries 3 years ago when we started. Yeah, I'll say 4 knee surgeries.
4.
Really? I never heard you had 4 meetings. I never heard you talk about it before.
Never. No.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Never. But that I will honestly say, though, in all reality, getting knocked out of the job from an injury, from going 100 mile per hour today to 0, will mess you up. It will mess you up. It to be life changing is saying it mildly.
Sure.
Because I was that on the go guy all the time, on go. And if I wasn't doing my paid job, I was doing my volunteer job. And I went from 100 miles per hour plus to 0. And that is, you talked to me on the phone. I've been in some dark days in the past over this disability, and it'll mess you up.
No, I agree. I was just down 2 weeks, and I was getting a little stir crazy myself. And I can't imagine 6 months and not do it again. But
yeah.
It seems like things are on the mends now, so that's good.
They are. It's fine. I'm able to. It's getting better slowly, but it's that same old broken record again. And I hate to sound like that, but I've done this 3 times in a row now, and this is my 4th time doing this. It'll get better.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you got a slogan, a verse, or something that radiates your mind that you like?
Oh shit. I got so much going through my mind right now. What was the one? I like this. Today's the day you were worried about yesterday. Was it worth it?
Say it one more time.
Today's the day you were worried about yesterday. Was it worth it?
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I think my dad used to tell me that one. But that keeps me going. And, I've been through this road before. And I know there's a tunnel that ends at light at the end of the tunnel's there. And I know one day's bad doesn't mean the rest of the 7 are going to be worse. It gets better. But you have to keep going. You have to keep going. You've got 2 feet for a reason. And that's not to stand still. That's to keep going. Keep moving forward.
I like, Booker T. Washington. He was an African-American man born in the 1800s. And I'm not exact that it's not the exact quote of his, but says, I allow no man to damage my soul with hatred. And pretty much, don't hate anybody, whatever it takes to do that. Don't be the warden of somebody. Don't let them be up in your head. Don't let no man damage your soul with hatred.
I like that.
That's good. Little things like that, little slogans, I know in some 12-step programs, they go, they got little slogans just for today, different other slogans. What's your slogan? If you don't have one, think of one and then put it up where you get up and look at it every day. put it in your squad car, put it in the fire truck, or put it in the ER in the break room, or somewhere where you're working at all the time, so you can always look at it. Remind you, that's what I do.
Yeah, we keep prayer cards inside our lids. There's no reason why you can't put something else inside your lid too.
Yeah.
You're looking at going down a road or just gathering your thoughts. You just want to look at it. You know exactly where it's at.
That's right.
And your helmet's with you wherever you go when you're working. So,
well, Jeff, thanks for being on here, man, at a short notice.
Hey, man, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. I mean, I definitely was coffeeed up appropriately, and I slept last night.
Well, good. Well, we'd like to thank everybody for listening in. Hopefully we can see you at FDIC or do a little walk in England with us. But for now, everybody go home tonight. Shut your radio off. Shut your phone off. Get some sleep. Thank you.